This bet in the NBA could win almost every single time, and I'm going to show you how to find it in this video. Now, if you guys enjoy these videos, make sure you smash the like button because it gets the video out there to everybody so we can help beat the books and spread the word. So the bet that we're going to look at is going to be alternate rebounds for a player. So we're not combining anything else with it. It's just going to be straight up alternate rebounds for that exact player. Now, the crazy thing is sometimes you could literally find a percentage on this play that could be almost 100%. I'm going to show you guys step by step exactly how we're going to come up with that. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to look for a team that's going against another team that gives up a lot of offensive and defensive rebounds. All right, so we want them to be in the bottom 10 of the league in offensive and defensive rebounds. We want them to be giving up a lot of offensive and defensive rebounds. They have to be in both those categories, though. They can't just be good, giving up defensive rebounds, but they're good in offensive rebounds and they don't allow a lot. They need to be in both those categories and be bottom of the league. Now, there is an example that I'm going to show you guys a little bit later here with a current date game that's going to go on, and I'll use that as an example so that way you guys can see a visual on that. But the first thing is circle the teams that are going against a team that are bottom in the league, bottom 10 in offensive and defensive rebounding allowed. Now, once you have those teams written down, next thing you're going to do is you are going to circle the leading rebounder on the team. Now, the easiest way to do this is, honestly, the easiest way is just to go to ESPN, go to the team stats of the team that you have written down, go to the rebounds, and just filter it to the leading rebounder on the team. Now, you want to make sure that the leading rebounder on the team, though, is also high in minutes, so they play a lot as well. Because sometimes you can get a random bench player that could play 10 minutes, but he's averaging 10 rebounds a game, and that could be a leading rebounding on the team. That's not what you want, okay? You want the leading rebounder on the team that's also a starter as well. So leading rebounder on the team / starter. You definitely want to make sure that they are starter, because sometimes you can, like I said, you will see a bench player lead the team in rebounds because they don't play that much, but they do rack up a lot of rebounds. So make sure that they are a starter. Number 3, make sure that the team that they are facing, okay, the opposing team, is top 15 in shots attempted. So what does this mean? This means that the opposing team gets up a lot of shots. All right, they shoot a lot of shots, meaning there's opportunities for rebounds if they're getting a lot of shots up. So you definitely want to make sure that the opposing team is at least in the top 15. Now, it's not crazy strict, but still, top 15, make sure that that team that they're going against is giving up a lot of shots. That means they're shooting a lot, all right, because that creates rebounds for your squad that you're looking at. Make sure that they get up a lot of shots so that way you have more opportunities to get rebounds. Now, if you guys want to fast forward through all this and you guys want the plays that fit this criteria that I'm showing you right now and all the other strategies just sent to you every single day, make sure you guys click the link in the description. Now let's get to number 4. Number 4 is going to kind of correlate with this here, but you want that opposing team to also be bottom 15 in shooting percent. Okay? So bottom 15 in shooting percent, because if a team gets up a lot of shots, but they make a lot of shots, there's not rebounding opportunities, right? But if they put up a lot of shots and they also miss a lot of shots, that creates a bunch of rebounding opportunities for the team and the player that you have written down. I know there might be a decent amount of levels to this, but you will find 1 or 2 maybe every single day that actually fit this criteria. And I'm going to show you guys an example of how that works. But overall, what you're looking for is pretty much, you're looking for a team that gets up a lot of shots but doesn't make a lot of shots, and they also give up a lot of offensive and defensive rebounds, which they all correlate together, because if a team shoots a lot and doesn't score a lot, those balls obviously are going to create rebound opportunities. Going to be situated on the sports book. This is pretty much what you're going to see. You'll see 6+, 7+, 8+. So something that this means too that a lot of people don't understand is when you have this type of bet where it says 6+, 7+, or 8+, if they hit that exact number, you win, because it's essentially a half a point under is what that bet is. So it's pretty much like over 5.5 or 6.5 or 7.5. So if you hit that exact number, you don't push, you actually win. Let's look at the odds that go with this play currently. So 6 plus right now is minus 450, 7 plus is minus 270, and 8 plus is minus 116. So now let's go ahead and do the implied probability versus the true probability here to find where our edge lies. So minus 450 is going to be 81% implied. Minus 270 is going to be 73% implied. And then minus 116 is going to be 54% implied. So we got our implied probability chart ready to go, which correlates with what the odds are for those certain plays. Now let's discuss his true probability. So on how to come up with his true probability isn't just overall, okay? It's how they play in situations, all right? So it's situational. You have to find how they played against a similar defense that they're playing against, not just overall how they did in general. Because, for example, him playing against a team that's top in the league in offensive and defensive rebounding is allowed doesn't really make sense to the game he's playing, because that's not situational. Okay, he's not playing in the same situation. It's not a similar situation that he's playing in. He was playing against the best team in offensive rebounding and defensive rebounding allowed. That's got nothing to do with this game. You want to see how he does against teams that are in the same category that have this similar defense, so you could situationally see how he's going to do in this game. So now once you're able to do that, you're going to come up with your true percentage. So the true percentage right now for 6 plus for him is 100%. Like I said before, you might find plays that hit that. So I hate seeing 100% because that's in the realm of like, oh, it might be guaranteed. But listen, 100%, I always kind of make it down a little bit to like 95% if I say 100%, because if they get injured, then they're obviously not going to reach what they need. So it is what it is. So we're going to go 100% for his true probability at 6 plus. Now let's discuss at 7 plus we got 85%. All right, and then venture down to our minus 116 line here. We actually have a decent true probability here. We got 71%. All right, so we went through, got our categories: implied, true. Now it's time to, what's the difference here? And let's find the best edge and the best play. So right off the bat here, we got a 19% edge on the first option. That's a plus 19%, so it's good. Next one, we got a 12%. So a plus 12% edge here at 7 plus. Then at the minus 116 level, we actually have a decent number there as well. We have a 17% edge. So if we go through and look here, our best option obviously is going to be the higher odds option at plus 19%. But you would think maybe the second level would be good as well, but it's actually not. The last level, the minus 116 line, gives you the next best option at plus 17%. So not always is the higher odds better. Okay, that's what I like to show you guys, because a lot of people think that if you just automatically bet the higher odds, it's always the best. But not necessarily every single time. Yes, this one might give you a 100% opportunity here because we got a 19% edge with a 100% true probability, but the minus 116 line here isn't actually that bad. It's actually giving you a plus 17% edge, so you might be able to make a move on that one as well. So just to show you guys, it's not always about the crazy odds, and it doesn't always have to be. It's about your edge. That is what matters, okay? This right here, it matters your edge. Doesn't matter what the odds are, it matters what your edge is, because as long as you can multiply that long term, that's where you're going to be successful, and that's where you're going to make the most money.